Okay. The name of the series is what obviously is Expansion Blueprint. But in this first session is um, knowing yourself, right? Knowing yourself and how to operate. And this is an important subject as you move into this industry because, let's be honest. Some of us came into this industry and thought that, we were gonna be our own bosses. We're gonna be our own business owners. We're gonna be able to just do whatever we want when we want, and people are just gonna knock on our doors or call us, and eventually we're gonna put our first post on social media, and we're gonna what? People are just gonna start floating down the gates of wanting to buy, sell, invest with you, right? That was literally what we all thought, and then some of you, and then you see you saw your friends online, you saw other agents online, or people that are in the industry. You're like, man, like I need to get into that industry, right? I need to get into that industry. Yes, I need to get into that industry, and I need to, if they can make money, I can make money. And then you thought how easy it could be, and you're like, damn, like there's a lot more work that goes into what we're doing now that you're in it, right? Whether you're new or not new, you're like, man, there's a lot more work that I need to know. And now you're like maybe a couple months in, or even a year in, or even 2 years, and I would say year 1 to 3, and you're like, man, like it's still not what I thought it was, or why is it not kicking off or picking it off, right? It's because we're not keeping really understanding. We're not understanding the format of what it takes to become a business owner, CEO. Okay, we're still running it as a self. Okay, so today if you're new, the goal is to give you what we call a format as you move through this process. To know where you're heading, okay? And eventually, throughout your career, you're gonna be like, okay, I made it to the next level. I made it to the next level, and I gotta get to the next level, right? And as you grow this, then you're gonna really understand that part. So, what does the operator mean, right? What is right now? Like I said, the operator, but the operator is the one that does all the work, right? So, Anthony, right now, do you tell somebody to do the work, or do you have to do the work?
I have to do the work.
You have to do the work. So you're the operator, right? So
Yeah.
you know yourself, and then you're like, okay, I gotta get an operator. I gotta do the work. I gotta do showing homes. I gotta negotiate. I gotta follow up. I gotta prospect. I gotta get new leads in my system. I gotta do all this, right? So right now you're the operator. Lorena, same thing. Do you feel like you're the operator right now?
Yes.
Right? Can that happen without you?
No.
Okay. So then operator, right? Jasmine, welcome. You're here. Welcome, welcome. The owner, right? Then the next part is the owner. The owner is the one that builds the environment in which that work, the work that the operator has to do, can happen. Right? The owner is the one that sets the vision, studies the numbers, creates standards, allocates resources, right? Builds systems, hires, delegates, and decides where the company is going. Yes? The owner.
Yeah.
Okay. In essence, are you the owner too?
Yes.
Yeah, you are, right? And now neither of these are bad, right? But you need an operator. You need what? You need the
No.
owner. You need the owner. And then obviously we also need the CEO, right? Because I can tell you this, like somebody can easily make 300,000, right? And essentially make 300,000, but essentially they're still their job at 300,000 is very stressful, just like you right now at zero or 10,000 or 20,000. The same stress that you're dealing with, somebody at 300,000 can still deal with the same stress because now they have to make 300,000, but they're still just the operator. Yes? Okay? So we have to know the owner. We have to know how to scale up this thing. And that's the whole point of this class, is to help you guys have that understanding, have that direction, right? Understand how to get there. This is where I will go deeper into really understanding, here, right? This question is, what business are you building? And I don't think we probably don't ask ourselves this question enough. Like, okay, what am I here to build? Anthony, what are you here to build? Lorena, what are you here to build? Jasmine, what are you here to build? And right now you're like, probably, I'm just trying to get my first escrow. I'm just trying to get my first listing. I'm just trying to get this $1.9 million listing, Lorena, right? That's maybe the only thing you're asking yourself. But what is it that
No.
what is it that you can build if you do take this $1.9 million listing? Because at a one point
Wow.
nine, right? At a $1.9 million listing, how much can you make? How much can you potentially make? Give us a commission number.
I don't know. I try not to do that commission stuff because I feel like it's bad juju. I don't know.
Okay, well, but let me ask you this: What are you going to take it at? 3%, 4%? What are you taking it at?
I think he has said 3% or two
Okay, so
percent
okay, so okay, let's just say you
because
do
of
take it.
the high amount.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's just say you take it at where's my calculator at? Let's just say you do take it at
45.
1,900,000, right? Times 3%. It's 3% is 57,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say that you do take that, and even if you invite it, right, and even if you invited Chris Jones and you're gonna split it, right, divided by two, you're still gonna make 28,000. Yes.
Okay.
Let's just say 28,000. Now yourself, the operator, and the owner and the CEO, right? These four people need to understand what's going to happen with that. And if there's no vision, if there's no systems or environment that you're building for yourself, right? If there's no operating things that you're like, I need to improve my operating process, like I need to go upgrade or upscale my systems and my softwares, right? Then what happens to that money? The self, which is you, takes it. Okay? So I always say this is like, what is it that you're trying to build? What is it that you want to build? Lorena, right? What is it you want to build? Carlos, welcome, Efren, welcome everybody. What is it that we're trying to build? Okay?
Systems.
What's that?
Systems.
Okay, systems, right? Yeah, we definitely want to build systems, right? That's the operator, right? That's the owner. We want to the owner's thinking for the operator. The operator is thinking for yourself. The CEO is thinking for all four. Carlos, welcome. Efren, welcome. Can you guys hear me? Just a little mic check. Yes or no? Okay. Welcome. Okay. And we're entering this understanding, right? So this is just session one, right, guys? This is gonna be a four-part series, guys. This is gonna be a four-part series of this understanding yourself and expansion your blueprint. This is gonna take us a while, okay? So I want to make sure. Welcome. Okay, that's okay. Have a seat, okay? And this is gonna be a four-part series, and we're really gonna go deep into this, right? But as you guys are entering this process, understanding that there's four parts to this: is yourself, the operator, the owner, and then the business owner is going to be very, very important. Okay. And so Efren, Carlos, how long have you guys been in the industry? If you guys can either type it in or mute yourself, let us know. Right. We also have Araceli, you just got a license, so she's new. Look at her, sharp, ready to go. Right. Her concept of being a real estate agent, she's like, hey, I know what agents need to be. I got to get suited and booted and do this. And that's a great mindset, right? Right. But this look doesn't mean anything if we don't understand the mindset of this blueprint of how we're going to scale up into this industry. Okay. And we're going to get some more details. So thanks so much for being here. You look great. Okay. Awesome. Efren, Carlos, how long have you guys been in the industry? Just got licensed this year. Congratulations. Okay. And that's from Carlos. He just got licensed this year. Okay. Just got licensed this year. Okay. Carlos. Okay. Good. Guys. So again, it seems to me like everybody's just licensed or we're in our first year. I think Lorena, you've been what? Lorena, 2 years? Maybe. Okay. So Maria and I, my wife is here. Maria and I have been obviously over this going on 12 years now that we've been licensed. We're brokers. We're obviously building this industry. Before that, we're already, also building other things. And, before we came into real estate, we're obviously 4-time icon agents. We've been, with EXP about going on 5 years. So we're going into our 5th year of icon. And because again, we run our business as CEOs, not just by myself or as an operator or as a owner or as a CEO. It's like we're really building something bigger, right? And because there's a vision to this. So again, what is it here? I'll pick up where I left off. What is it that you're trying to build? Write that question down. You're taking great notes. Write that question down. What is it that I want to build now that I'm in this industry? Araceli, right? What is it that I want to build? Now, some of y'all were going to write, I need to make money. I just need, Mo, I don't know, I just want to build my bank account, right? And that's fine. And then that's okay. However, though, right, how long are you going to want to make money for? Now, making money, who's that feeding? Is that feeding the CEO, the owner, the operator, or yourself? Which one is that the money feeding?
Yourself.
Yourself. right? So your mindset of making money is only just thinking about one person, which is the self. It's not thinking about the future operations of things for you to improve, for you to have better systems, for you to have a better CRM, for you to have more, more AI, tools that can help you prospect and help you convert at a higher level. The person's not thinking about, I need to have a better office. Maybe even if I'm at home, can I have a better office with better screens, with better, like all the tech. Like you guys would see my table here, you'd be like, okay, all this just for this? Yes. Like I like to have the best of the stuff so I can make sure that I'm always working at the highest level. So if I'm doing this just for a class, what do you think I'm doing for my clients? Yes? I'm always working at the highest level, and I want the best things for my clients. And I need the best technology, I need the best cameras, I need the best everything. The best microphone, the best sound so you can hear me, right? So I'm always thinking for those things. Same thing for Maria, same thing for my assistant, right? She has her spot right there. They have all the best stuff. But I can't think, if I'm not thinking about my operations, if I'm not thinking about how the business can get better, or as a CEO, how can I expand, right? That doesn't happen if I don't have that mindset. And when you come into the industry, the capacity is that. It's our limitations, right? Our limits. So write down, or who wants to share, what is it that you want to build? Who wants to be vulnerable for 2 seconds? What is it that you want to build?
A lifestyle.
A lifestyle, I love that. A lifestyle. And when you say a lifestyle, what does that mean, Araceli? A lifestyle of what?
Okay, but which language do you want me to translate to?
Spanish, Anthony.
Alexa, what does that mean in Spanish?
Like being able to do more things for yourself.
A lifestyle to do more things for yourself. Can you not do more things for yourself now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So a lifestyle to do more things what?
Just be maybe more financially stable.
So then you can have better experiences?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna get straight to it because I don't like to like go around all these bushes. She just wants to have better experiences. She wants to stay at the 5-star hotels, have 5-star dinners, be able to have 5-star treatment, be able to have the 5-star massage, be able to have the 5-star Michelin dinner at the Ritz-Carlton, right? That's what she wants. And it's okay to want that. Yes, it's okay to want that. Now let me ask you this. Can yourself have that now? Because remember, there's levels to this, right? Yourself right now. Because right now, yourself is you. That's the first part of this. Yourself at this level, where can you have that?
Yeah.
Can you? Financially, can you go for that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She can have that. Okay, so why is it that you still want that then? If you can have that, and you're like, but I want that, how come you still want it?
To maintain it.
Okay, maintain it. I love it. Okay, I can have it more. I want to have it all the time. I want to have it every weekend, not just once a year.
Exactly.
Right?
And be able to pay your bills without having to worry about cutting into the rent, cutting into the
right.
bills.
So bills are paid while I'm eating my 5-star meal, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, good. Right? So then, because the self right now, and what I'm trying to get to is that the self right now cannot have it. The self right now can't have that every weekend. I can't have that, guys. I can't have that every weekend. Because first of all, I miss my tacos. I miss my basic, my regular food. I will miss my in-laws' homemade tortillas. Like I can't do that every weekend. But I guarantee that I love having amazing treatment and hotels. I mean, that's my thing. I was like, I'd rather spend my money on experiences with my kids. Like, no, I don't care about buying things. I want to go and have, right, an amazing experience with some amazing food and the basic treatment of life. Okay, and I want to have that constantly. Okay, but again, I can't do that every weekend. I can do it probably often, right? Now, but I can only do that because I've moved across this format that I share with you guys. The self, number one, write this down. Myself has to evolve. Write that down. So the self has to evolve. Okay, you have to evolve. Who here believes that in 20 years when you're making, because we got to change that because $1 million in 20 years is nothing, right? Let's just say in 20 years you're making $5 million, right? Are you the same person you are today? 20 years from now, making $20 million? No. All right. Right now, whatever you're making to whatever you desire to make, is that going to require a different version of you? Yes.
Yep.
Is it just one aspect of your business or all aspects of your business?
All.
All aspects of your business, right? All of it, from how I think to how I eat to what I eat to what I read to what I watch, yes, to what meetings, to my friendships, yes or no, to the people that I surround. Everything around me about me is going to change and evolve if I want to go make $20 million. So the self is going to change, right? So remember that. So yourself, you got to evolve. And here, I want you to write this down. How much do you earn a year right now? Write it next to yourself right now. How much do you earn annually right now? Write it down. And then I want you to write under that, like, what does it cost you to make that? From time to, weekends to, right, to travel to, what is it costing you, right? Everything that it costs you to make that. Okay? And then right next to that, right next to what you earned this year, right, or last year, whatever number it is, next to that, I want you to write how much you want to earn, right? Let's just say, let's not even say next year. Let's talk about in 10 years from now. How much do you want to earn in 10 years from now? And here, I'm going to give you guys my first aha moment, even through my own life, is don't be scared to be bold. So write that number that scares. Write a number that scares you. Write the number that you're like, damn, like I don't even know how that even number can exist or come across. I don't even know how I even thought about this number, but I'm just gonna write this many zeros, right? Write the number that really scares you, that makes you that when you're writing, it's like your pen's is shaking. That number that when you're writing, you're like, they're gonna judge me when I say it out loud. Mm-hmm. Write that number down. Now below that, what I want you to write is just like you wrote in the first one, right? What did you have to give up? What did you have to do to make what you made this year? Right below, I want you to do the same thing. What do you think you have to give up? What do you think you're going to have to do to make that number happen? Who are you going to have to become to make that number happen? What things do you think you're going to have to endure, change, replace, stop doing, start doing? Because these are, one of the questions that I always ask myself is, and my life. The quality of my life is always based on the quality of questions that I ask myself. Okay? Your quality of life will always be based on the quality of questions that you ask yourself. If you always ask yourself, like, how come I'm not making any money? Then what happens? You make no money. You're going to make the same. But if you ask yourself, like, what's stopping me from breaking through what I make this year and get to X? Now you're asking yourself a deeper question. Yes or no? Versus like, hey, God, hey, universe, hey, why am I only making this? Like, why am I only getting that? What's up? Instead of asking yourself, like, no, like, what's stopping me from getting to be? And then you're going to realize that really there's nothing stopping you besides what? Yourselves. And how you think, what you read, what you watch, who you hang out with, whatever it is, yes or no. That's it. Like that, you're always gonna come to that. Like I've been doing this long enough, where it's like nothing's in the way. Like there's no like wall in front of me that I gotta break through. No, there's nothing in front of me that I gotta break through.
Terry's asking for the link for this that agents are not able to access.
Okay.
What you sent to the group, but it's not working.
Yeah, that's the one. Anybody had trouble getting in, guys? No, right? It's the same one.
Yeah, bro. I actually had to get it from somebody else in order to access because it was sending me to a page that was not working. So I actually had to get the code, the meeting code and the password to get in, but the link did not work.
Did you send the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we send it to you?
No, let me just do this. Let me get it from here. Copy link. Okay, I'm literally taking the same link from this class right now. I just ended it right now. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks for working around. See, write that down. That's resourceful. Who said that? Carlos or Efren? Which one was it?
Right here, brother.
Efren, right? Efren, good.
Right. Yeah.
Working around, finding your way. See, that's important in this industry. Like nothing's gonna stop me. I gotta work through this thing. Got it? I gotta figure out how to get in this class. Okay? So good. So now that we've identified those two things, right? That who I am now and what the number that I want to make is gonna require an entire version of myself, right? We have to understand that there's a difference between who's building your business. Yes or no? Yourself, the owner, the operator, or the CEO. Write it down right now. Who's building your business right now for you? Is it you? Is it the operator? Is it the owner? Or is it the CEO? And it's okay wherever you're at. It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong space. Just trust me. Like this is part of us growing and expanding, is understanding where we're at now so we can know where we're getting to. Okay? And once you identify who is building that business for you, you say, hey, it's me right now. Like everything's based on my efforts. Like if I don't work, nothing happens. If I don't call, nothing happens. If I don't post, nothing happens. If I don't, right, I have to TC my own stuff. If I don't do anything, nothing happens. That's okay. Operator, all of a sudden they start saying things like what? Okay, I gotta, once I get an escrow, like I got a TC, right? I got other people that are jumping in and helping me facilitate the process. A CEO is more like, okay, hey, my job is, or a owner is more like, hey, I get the listing agreement, somebody else does everything for me. Pictures, videos, an assistant, like, we have Evelyn here back behind us right here, right? She does a lot of the other stuff, right? And then you get to the CEO, where the CEO is like, okay, hey guys, I just created a bunch of listing agents. You guys go get the listings. I'm gonna help you guys get the resources to get more leads, to get more, people here. We're gonna always refine it so we can always have people for you to call, for you to take this and move on. And now I'm not at these listing presentations. I'm just focusing on numbers, focusing on generating more opportunities for us, teaching you, building you. And then I'm not even coaching you anymore. I'm bringing other people to coach you and develop you because they're better than I am anyways, right? So it's like, which one are you? And once you identify that, okay, once you identify where you're at in that space, there's one thing that I want you guys to start thinking about. You might say like, man, like there's a lot of work that I need to do. So, and now it's time for us to open up and really expand our capacity of we want our business to look like, right? So if you're a new agent, this is going to be great for you. If you're somebody that's been doing this for a while, this is going to be great for you. Why? Because now we're going to ask you the deep questions, which is what do you want from what do you actually want from your business? Write that down. Write it down. What do I want from my business? Write it down. What do you want from your business? And now this question is not a question that I ask myself just once every 20 years. Is like I ask this question every single day. Like, what do I want from today? Like I gotta say, like, what do I want from today? Like, what is my goal today? Like I ask myself all the time, like, what do I want today? I'm a prospect. I'm gonna do what I do. I do what I do every day. But what is it I want? What is it that I'm gonna get from today? Right? And that want can be from me. It could be from my operator. It could be from my owner. Or it could be from the CEO. Like, what do I want for today? Like, I'm gonna do this work, but what is it that I want to gain from today? Right? So what do you want from your business? Write it down. What is it that you want from your business? Number 2, what does success look like beyond commissions, beyond income, beyond GCI? What does it look like? What does that look like? What does success look like to you? And then again, we're all going to get different answers because we're all in different stages of our life, and that's all right. Yes? I'm a father of 2. You guys know what success looks like to me? Hanging out with my kids all day, every day. Like, I just want to play and not think about my business and my money and nothing. I just want to be in there and just be, let's go. Yeah, let's go to the slide. Let's go on the swing. Yeah, what? Go to New York? Let's go. Like, whatever. Let's just go have a good time. That's success to me. Not a number in my bank account. Like, I just want to have the time to hang out with them while I can. Because one day they're going to be like, I'm dad. Right now I'm daddy, right? We know if you have any girls, we know that eventually that becomes daddy get away. I need my space. Eventually that's going to go away. I don't know when that's going to happen because then they just want to hang out with mom and go to Target, right? Not hang out with me anymore. So I'm just enjoying that right now. So success to me right now is for the next couple of years that I just want to have all the time that I can have with them. And my business then revolves around that. I want you guys to know that. Yes? Okay, next question is, what are your values and your non-negotiables? What are your values and your non-negotiables? Like, what is your non-negotiable? You know, when somebody, guys, I was a personal trainer for about 12 years. I was in the fitness industry. Not just any trainer. I was a master trainer. I was somebody that really understood how to, make people healthy. I'm not saying about body physiques or bodybuilders, because that was a whole different aspect. I never got into that. I got into overall wellness. I'm talking about mom, dads, uncles who had diabetes, who have special conditions, who were overweight. They just wanted to move again, right? I focus on that type of clientele base, people that wanted to create a lifestyle change. That was my niche, right? And working out was a non-negotiable for me, right? It was a non-negotiable. And one thing I realized after 12 years of fitness was that people just never had non-negotiables when it came to nutrition and dieting and working out, right? And even some of us, we work out hard, but we eat whatever. And because we're 23, 25, 27, we still have that nice metabolism, right, guys? I just turned 41 years old. I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot eat what I can eat when I was eating when I was 21, even though I think I can. And when I do, I pay for it. I pay for it in many ways. My energy levels, how I feel, my belly looks a little extra big. And trust me, my girls call it out. They're like, Dad, your belly's big. You think that feels good? No, it's like, it's a little bloated. They're like, hey, Dad, your dad. And they love it. They say, they caress it. They're like, oh, I love your belly. And I'm like, oh, it's sticky now. That's why right now, because I had that damn cheese that I shouldn't have had, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. My values and my non-negotiables. Right? Now is I can't have that stuff. I can't have dairy. I just don't. I don't even buy it. I don't. And when I choose to, I know what's going to happen. Yeah, the heartburn be hitting. You're right. Yes, it's crazy. It's not the same anymore. So everything evolves and changes, right? And in your business, the same thing. Right now, you might say, like, man, I'm prospecting every single day. I got to call. I'm calling every day. I'm in the office all day. Guys, I did it for 365 days, 3 years straight. I didn't see the sunlight because I was in the office calling people every single day. My wife and I did open houses Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 3 years straight. We disconnected from everything. We didn't go to anything. And when we did, it was like after our open houses, right? At 6 or 7 o'clock at night, we were showing up to the parties or whatever, right? But we did that. That was a non-negotiable for what we wanted to do. Now, if you ask me today how my business was so successful where I'm at now, it's because of that. It's because of that. Because 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Maria and I created what we call non-negotiables. And we stuck to them. So what are your non-negotiables and what are your values? Write this down. What am I naturally exceptional at? You guys have natural gifts, yes or no? And I always ask this question: Are leaders born or created? And people, there's always like that battle, right? Or that debate. Oh, they're born, they're made, right? There's always that debate. But the next question is, okay, well, are CEOs born or are they made? What do you guys think? Are you gonna be like, oh man, that guy's a natural born CEO? No, I truly believe CEOs are created. We're created, yes? Just like leaders. Leaders are created. Now, can you wake up or can you be born with natural gifts? Like, that guy's just a happy joy ball. Like, that guy's just creative. Oh, that guy's outspoken, right? And if you need an example, look at every president that we've had. Every president, we've never had one same president. What that means is not every president is the same, is it? They have different speaking techniques. They have different ways to talk to the masses. They have different ways to persuade or whatever it is, right? There's different types. Everybody's different. So it's the same thing here, guys, right? What are you naturally good at? Where do you consistently get stuck at? Where is your loop? You guys familiar with the loop, right? Like, where do I find myself stuck at? Like, oh man, why? Is it because I'm 5'6", 5'7", brown, Latino, I know, like people just don't see me the same because I'm letting my hair grow out a little because I want to have a different hairstyle. I'm letting it grow out. People are gonna see me the same. Is it because I'm wearing this, this tan shirt and I'm not wearing the tie or the suit that they're gonna look at me differently, right? Where do you consistently get stuck at? Oh, I can't do that because I don't have the money. You do it because they have money. You do it because you can do Facebook, Google ads because you got the money. I don't, so I can't do that. I can't. Where do you consistently get stuck at? Here's an important question, and it's one of my favorite ones. What happens to you, or who do you become when you're under pressure? Who do you become? Who do you become when you're under pressure? If you need to know who you become, ask yourself, when you're hangry, who do you become? When you don't give yourself the food and the water that you need, who do you become? It's the same thing in business. When you're under pressure, who do you become? You must know yourself. Yes or no? You start knowing yourself, think about it. I hear this all the time. People are like, if I don't eat now, you guys are not going to like who I become, so let's go eat. Yes or no? Yes or no? For my married guys and for my couples here, right? I got to give my wife food or else I know who she turns into, and I don't want that. Some of us know. Your own friends will tell you, hey, let's get her food. Let's get him or her food because, he or she turns in. No, let's get to it. So who do you turn when you're under pressure? You got to know yourself. What I mean by that is, I know that I need to eat by a certain time, right? You start feeling a certain way, yes or no? You start feeling a certain way, gotta go get the food. I gotta go get that water, I gotta go get that. Some of you are like, I gotta go get that coffee, right? There's some people out here that if I don't have my coffee, I'm not the same person, yes or no? Yeah, like, trust me, like, I'm like, dude, like, coffee turns you into that? Like, coffee? Like, if you don't have your coffee, yeah, you don't want to see me with no coffee. Like, man. Right? Next, what are you avoiding? We're all avoiding something, guys. What are you avoiding? Some of us could say, I want success, yet we avoid success. We avoid doing successful things, yes or no? We avoid doing the things that are going to get us to success. We avoid them. We're like, no, like, I want to be successful, but I don't want to do those things. I don't want to read. I don't want to pick up a book. Mo says, like, I need to pick up the book, right? Getting to a yes. Look, my first book recommendation is for you. It's right here. Getting to a yes. This is the book you got to get, and you got to start reading. Getting to the yes. Okay? Oh, no. I'm avoiding that book. I'm not going to get it. No. I don't need to do that, right? So what are you avoiding? And you might be avoiding a lot of different things in your life. Start working out. Maybe seeing some kind of, therapist to help you change your mindset. Maybe show up to the mindset, trainings that I see Terry here. Terry, welcome, right? That I see that Terry constantly, posts about all the training that there is. Like, not showing up to those trainings. You're avoiding them because you're like, I don't need them, right? So what is it that you're avoiding? Okay, what am I doing because it works, even though I've grown it? This is another loop thing. What is it that you're doing that you already know that you outgrown and you have to upgrade? So the question is, what do I need to upgrade? Write it down. What is it that you need to upgrade about yourself, your business, whatever it is, right? What is it that you need to upgrade? Here's the truth that you have to understand. You're new. You're going to become somebody totally different. I want you to know that. Okay? Some people get scared when we say that, though. Yes or no? I got to change? Like, Mo, like, I don't want to change. Like, no, like, why would I change who I am? No. Why would I change my values? Like, no, I'm not asking you to change your beliefs and your values of who you're going to become and, leading with love and being a compassionate individual, like I'm going to cheat. No, you're not going to cheat. Like, I'm not asking you to change those things, but I'm talking about is that you're going to change, is you're going to change how you see life because you're like, now like, oh, I see that I got to connect with people at a deeper level if I want them to buy a house, sell a house with me. It's not just, hi, how you doing? I'm a real estate agent. They're just going to automatically buy from you. I have to see life differently. I have to be optimistic. If you're here, it's because you have some level of optimistic about yourself and life and business and the market. That's why you're a real estate agent. If not, you'd be something else. Okay? So who do you have to become? Write this down. Who do you have to become to reach your next level? Write it down. Who do you need to become to reach your next level? And then remember that, and after that, be like, what's the next level after that? So who do you need to become today? Like, what do you need to do? What needs to happen for you to get to the next level? Because as we move up from working yourself right now, some of you guys are just depending on yourself and your own skills. And you're not developing the next level, whether it's just yourself, the operator, the business owner, or the CEO. Okay? There's the levels to this. Because think about it. As we make decisions, as we're making decisions into business, depending where you're at is how you're going to react to those decisions. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And I see this all the time. Guys, I see this all the time. I have new agents, veteran agents. I got myself. I got my wife. It's like all these things, right? I can tell my wife, hey, escrow's going negative. Everything's going to crap. They want to cancel. We're supposed to close tomorrow. We can look at each other and be like, try this, try that, try this. We bounce each other, right? Do this, do that. I already did that, I did that. That didn't work. That didn't work. Okay, cool. Okay, try that. Okay, I'm gonna try that one more time, right? And then we take what? Action. But then I talk to a new agent, the same situation, and the new agent's just looking at me like, no, my life's over. I quit. I throw in the towel. I lost money. I already put it on a credit card, and I already went on that vacation because you told me to take action, right? And then cancel the day of. Who here has dealt with the cancellation days or even the day before closing? Guys, multiple times. Not that long ago, I'll be honest with you guys. The week before that, I lost $100,000 in commissions. $100,000 in commissions. How would you feel right now if you lost $100,000 in commissions? All the work, right? I'm talking about everything's done. Not like at the beginning of escrow. We're talking about everything's in the middle, inspections done, completed, negotiating. Now we're past contingencies and cancellations, new construction deals. Write it down. How would you react to a $100,000 loss right now at this moment? Share. Throw some words out there. Unmute yourself. Tell me.
It's horrible, brother. I've experienced it myself. 9 transactions canceled in 1 month. It's crazy. It never happened to me. Just, it's crazy, but yeah, it sucks.
Share more though. I mean, because remember, you're giving me surface level answers. It's crazy. No. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I want to punch some things.
Yeah,
I want to run away and hide. No, don't hold back. We want truth. This is CEO. This is stuff that we gotta get good at.
Yeah. So
see the problem. Hey, Efren, real quick. The problem is that we always paint real estate as a beautiful thing, and these new agents come in, and then we're like, yeah, like, no, that's not like that. Like this is a horrible business at times.
Yeah, no. So for me, definitely, I've been in the business now. This will be my 9th year, but in the 10th. I, instead of blaming it, I literally erased my entire board, and I had to look at myself and find out what were the things that I was doing wrong, even though some of them were not my fault. But I was a thumb pointer, and I had to, just look at myself in the mirror and look at my processes and see where I had failed. I wasn't going to put it on anybody else. So that's pretty much what I did. And, yeah.
Awesome. Review, you review, you replace, you repair. You're like, let's move forward. Somebody says here, detachment. I'm feeling good of it, closest or not, right? You detach from the outcome. Now you can only detach, Brandon. Brandon, can you speak? Let me know if you can speak. You can only detach if you've gone through it enough times, yes or no?
That's correct.
Right? Let's go back to the first time it happened, Brandon. Did you detach, feeling good whether or not? No, you were like, F this thing. What the hell? But it happened multiple times in your life. So now you can detach and be like, okay, cool. Now, is that the self? Is that operator? Is that owner? Is that CEO mindset, right? That's a different level of mindset when you can say, I'm detached from the outcomes, which is eventually what we are, right? I get detached too. Do I get angry for like 30 seconds? Probably. And be like, mother effers, like, what the hell, right? Efren, yeah, did I do anything wrong? Like, what can I do better? Right? I do those things. I do all those things. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with anything that we did. It's just how people, right? Everything to do with people, right? Yeah. Everything to do with how they think in their life because they're the ones paying the mortgages. Because I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest because I love to be honest, guys. I see people buying houses right now, and this is just me being honest with you because my values is I see people buying homes paying the same mortgage that I'm paying at my custom built home. And I'm like, dang. And they're paying more than I am. And I'm like, yeah, buy the house, right? Think about it. Now they can afford it. We know they can, right? Because they're doing what they're doing. But what I'm saying though is there's times I'm even thinking like that. I was like, man, like these people are paying way more than I am for what I'm paying for my house. But I'm gonna tell you guys this. You guys wrote down, there was a question that I asked you and I said, what are you exceptionally, naturally good at? Right? What are you exceptional at? In times like this, you have to go back to that question and remind yourself who you are. Yes or no? Brandon and Efren, did you guys have to go back and say, no. I'm good at what I do. It is what it is, right? I lost it, gone. The ability to move to the next thing is where CEOs separate themselves from average individuals, yes or no? We move on. We say, okay, let me go find and let me go recreate it again, right, Efren? You say you looked at your board, you erased them, and you started what? Go build it again.
Yep, that's it.
Right? The ability to do that. But again, we can only do that when it happens multiple times. Okay? But going to these questions that I asked you are so important because asking yourself those questions constantly, what you're building, they're going to help you get through those hard times. Got it? Okay, so building that, right? So who is so important because now we're making better decisions, yes or no? Yes. Instead of sitting in the dumps. Because again, like I shared that example, me and my wife, we get something like that, we talk about it, we just, hey, based on our experience, right? We go back and forth, try this, try that, try this, try that. I didn't try that, let me go do it, and it works, right? I do that with an agent, they're looking at me like, no, my life is over. And I look at them and say, all right, man, step to the side. Let me jump in and save this deal for you. You know how many deals I've saved for my agents? And they're like, man, oh my God, that was awesome. Like, and I was like, no, it's not that it's awesome. It's like, I just learned to move to what I call solution-based, right? Solution-based thinking. You live in a chaos, conflict space. I live in a solution-based thinking. Yes? Right? So understanding those things about myself, though, is so important. Understanding those things about yourself is so important. If you're somebody that falls under pressure and says, I crack and I'm done, then you have to understand how to get past those things, even in your beginner stages. What are you doing to develop processes and systems for yourself so you can snap out of it? I'm a human. I myself still get stuck in things, and I got to learn how to what? Get past them, move on. And that's what I'm good at. Okay? So, next question, right? Now we're going to move ourselves into the operator process. If you yourself hire yourself today, would you keep yourself? Yes or no? If you were the CEO of your business and okay, I gotta hire Araceli, I gotta look at myself in the mirror and say, will I hire you? Yes or no? Put it down. Yes or no? Write it. Right? Yes. Okay? We're being biased because we know ourselves. Right? We know ourselves, but you're also saying it because you know what you're naturally good at, yeah? You're saying it's like based on who I know, her heart, every single one of you is going to say yes, right? Because you're only gonna focus on what? The good. I know, Anthony, you know your heart, you know yourself. You're like, hey, based on what I know about me, I will hire myself in a heartbeat. But that's because you're only telling yourself the good stuff. Because we're in a negative space, I gossip about my boss, I complain about like how to do things sometimes. I complain about the comp planning, how come I got to do splits or pay that much or only get paid a little. Like, because if you were to ask yourself on that person, you'd probably be like, I don't know if I want to hire that person. Maybe, I don't know. Right? The goal here is to expand ourselves. So let's give ourselves a quick little 360 overview about you, okay? Write this down. Here we go. And now you're the Now put your CEO hat on. Put your CEO hat on, guys. Like don't be like, okay, yes, I'm great. A+ for me. No, be honest. This is for you to give yourself an opportunity to expand and grow. Write this down. All right, let's give Araceli, Anthony, Jasmine, Efren, let's give the self a true assessment. Here we go. Write this down. We're gonna move quick. First question. What is the employee extremely good at? Write it down. Come on. Move quick. Like if you know yourself, you gotta be like, oh, boom, 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 boom. Move quick. What is this employee extremely well? You're giving yourself an evaluation. Where does this employee waste time? Write it down. Come on. Write it down. Write it down. Don't think about it. Just write it down. Don't try to sound great to yourself. Be real. Where does this employee waste time? How much does this employee produce revenue-wise for me? Where does this employee procrastinate on? What do I repeatedly have to remind this employee about? What is this employee afraid of? What system or upgrade does this employee need? And what is one new skill, or what is one skill this employee needs to improve on? Write it down. Now, the good news here, guys, is everything you wrote down is fixable. Okay? Everything that you wrote down is fixable. Because what we just did for you is we just identified behaviors. That's it. And can behaviors change? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah. Behaviors can change. And all we did right now was identify some behaviors that we put some light on that we can go now and change and evolve and get better at. Because hopefully you wrote down and you were honest with yourself, you wrote down exactly what needs to change in the next 90 days for you. Because this is where you go from being yourself to an operator to then getting busy to becoming a more reactive producer to producing more. And you're moving up the scale in the format, right? To becoming a CEO of your business. And that's where we're going to end it today. And we're going to come back next Monday, right? Because I told you this is going to be a 4-part series, right? We're going to come back next Monday and we're going to focus on the operator, which obviously we talked about the operator being what? The operator, yourself. Right? What is it?
Yourself.
Right? The operator. We're going to focus on prospecting. We're gonna talk about, when we show homes, negotiating, following up, solving clients' problems, writing contracts. We're going to be talking about the things that we do every single day, and then we're going to move into the owner, where the owner has to build the environment, set the vision, set the expectations, understand number, create standards and expectations, allocate resources, build systems, hire, fire, delegate. Like, we're going to talk about that in the owner. Then we're going to go into the CEO mindset. And that'll be the last week, okay? Today was just giving you guys an understanding of where you're at right now and how we're going to get to what we need to get to. Because I'm going to tell you guys this right now. We don't need another social media class. You don't need another AI training class about how to create AI. What you need to do right now is take action in this market. Yes or no? Who disagrees? We need action-based training, things that are going to help us go take action. Because right now in this market, there's a lot of action that is required. And I need to expand on that. Some of us are just stuck on finding that next video that's going to make me go viral. Because we think that that's what money is made. I'm going to tell you guys something, and because I'm vulnerable, and right? I love for you guys to understand, because I want you guys to know I do everything that I share. I do everything that people are talking about. Guys, this year thus far, okay? And I'm a social media person. I post. We're still posting. We post. We have our calendar. We change our scripts. We put different captions. We do it all. Like, we're constantly evolving. I'm telling you, we're evolving constantly. Right? Like, try this, try that, hashtag. We do it all. We do videos. We went expensive on videos to cheap videos. We do it everything in all aspects, from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok. We're doing it all. Just like you guys. YouTube. I'm in YouTube, right? We're doing it all. We've closed one deal this year out of socials. Recently, out of socials. And we typically do about probably 50 deals out of social media. But this year, we've only done one so far. Now, as a CEO, I have to bring awareness to this and understand what's happening. And understand what's happening. There's a lot of things happening that I can share with you guys of my personal opinion, things are happening. But I'll give you one. The amount of competition online is the highest it's ever been. And if you don't understand that part, and you say, I'm going to go compete on the biggest platforms where everybody's at, doing whatever it takes, and we know what I mean, whatever it takes, from the women to the men, like everybody doing whatever it takes to get the view. You want to go compete in that arena, right? And you guys heard this before. While everybody's looking right, I like to look left. Yes or no? So a lot of my business right now is coming in from a lot of my SOI, past clients, a lot of the open houses, a lot of the actions that people have gone away from. Because they're looking for that one Insta famous video. I mean, guys, I put up a listing on, last week on Thursday, and it was a nice ranch here in town. I got probably about 10 phone calls from agents. Like, oh, cool, agents are calling me. Yes, let's go. Hey, I'm calling you about your new listing on Saddleback. I was like, what's up? How can I help you? Hey, can I go do a social media video? Every single one. I got 10 calls, guys, like back to back. Can I do a social media video? Can I do a social media video? I was like, what? I was like, do you have a client? No, I don't. But I'm going to get you one. If I got paid for every time somebody said I can get you one, right? No, they're just trying to go and put something out to make them Insta famous, guys. And in my area, there's a lot of ranches, and I know what they're trying to do. A lot of people are putting these ranch style homes, and they're getting views, yeah, but they're not closing deals. Like, what's wrong, man? What's going on? And there's a converting issue. So for me, I'm focused on learning how to convert more. I'm focusing on how to acquire more leads, and in the CEO aspect, I'm going to share all those things with you guys. I'm part of all the platforms that probably cost me no money to be part of. EXP offer, I'll give you one because EXP offers Zoocasa. You need to be part of Zoocasa. They give you free leads. I take those. I'll give 25% away. I don't care. I'm already part of things that are giving me opportunities to create, to generate, to convert, right? I have phone calls with my colleagues and people that are high producers in different states, and we all talk about the same things. Like, hey man, like we all bounce ideas off each other. Like, hey, what part are you? What group are you at? What lead source are you doing? Is that working? Yes or no? What kind of return are you getting? All right, I'm gonna be part of that. Connect me, and it's like that's all we do. We connect each other with different sources of leads, and we're getting leads, right? Because social media, unfortunately, is oversaturated. And everybody's doing whatever it takes. Got it? So just to give you a little insight about that and how we're going to get into that. So quickly, any Q&As, any questions, comments, concerns, hallucinations that you may be having about where you're at right now? I just wanted to set the stage, give you something that says, hey, I got these habits I got to go work on and I got to bring some attention to. I would take these habits or this identity and say, okay, I got to go focus on fixing these today. Like, what do I need to stop right now? I got to go do that. Like, I will go hold myself at the highest level accountable and stop doing that for the next 90 days and watch your entire business changing. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised like how an escrow can just happen from just stopping something that's been holding you back, distracting you. And that escrow has been there the entire time. You just haven't given it time because you're distracted with everything else. Okay? So any questions? Any questions from anybody? My new agents? New agents online or anybody in here? Everybody's good.
Yeah,
cool.
Hey, brother, if you have, I don't know if it was recorded or not, but if you recorded it, I would greatly appreciate a copy because I definitely want to go back at it. And I appreciate what you said about, what does your day look like today? And I know we're talking about, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but, it's important to focus on what we can control today. And that will essentially determine the outcome of the 10 years, 20 years, bro. So what you said about winning the day definitely made an impact for me today. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it, friend. Thanks so much for your participation. Guys, Efren, look, prime example. I don't even know this guy. 9 years in the industry and he's here. Look at him. 9 years in the industry and he's here. You know how many times I see agents that come and go and they're like, yeah, I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer doing trainings. I'm just focusing on other things. I'm like, no, it's like, you need to continuously expand and grow. So Efren, kudos to you, man, for being here. 9 years in the industry and you're still showing up to stuff like this. There's something that you're like, I need to learn, and you did. And you said, look, what do I need today from me to say, go to sleep and be like, today I won. I write that down every morning. What is my one thing today that I say I won? And regardless of everything else, I still won. So thanks, Efren, for that. That's huge. And yes, I have the recording. All right, anybody else? If not, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys next Monday, 8:30. I will be sending out the Terry. I see you here. We're back with our role play Monday. It's gonna be Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days only, 8:30 to 9:30. So I'll send you all that information. We'll get that going. Thanks so much for being here, Terry. But everybody else, thank you so much for showing up. We're back. We're back with this. We just took a nice little break because I've been role playing for over 20 years, guys. Over 20 years of role playing. A different industry, but now 12 years here, and it's like I role play every day. I skill mastery every day. I work on my craft every day. I sharpen my tools every day. I take them out of the bag. I clean them. I dust them. I sharpen them. I do what I need to do. And the one thing that I learned the most is that iron sharpens iron. Yes. However, understanding how iron sharpens iron is even more important. You guys know how iron sharpens iron? With friction, with heat. It's not a pretty sight to see iron sharpen iron.
With pressure, maybe?
With pressure, with like a lot of different things. Yeah. And we forget that. People use that term, iron sharpens iron. That's why I'm here. It's like, no. Because iron, only through pressure, only through grinding, heat, stress, you can sharpen iron. And we all get nervous and scared when somebody tells us you're doing it wrong. It's time for you to step up, be better. Right? are correct or whatever it is, okay? So sharpen iron is iron. That's what we're going to get out of there. So thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you guys next Monday. We'll send you all the information, Terry, and then you guys will see our role play starting tomorrow. Sounds good? Thank you so much, everybody.